Cool. Let's move over to Raptors stuff. Will you give me that Raptors sting?
I mean, they're not an up and coming team. They're here.
Okay. All right, Matt.
That new hot shit. Okay.
You know what? I criticize Matt all the time. Just relentlessly, actually. I think it's affecting our friendship. But I criticize him all the time for his stings.
Yeah.
And that's a good one.
I mean, I did add a lot of echoing too. They're here.
No, it was good. It didn't sound so tinny. You know what I mean? It sounded like maybe it could be start of a song, or maybe it's just KD yelling that into the Grand Canyon, and it's like echoing back a little bit. But
To the void.
I like that a lot better.
The void responded.
Cool, Duane. Let's start with you on some Raptors talk here.
I feel like there's you know some stuff about the Raptors. Why don't you talk about it?
Yeah, Duane as the authority, and you know what? If you have any problems with the podcast, you just go straight to Duane because he's the one really he's the big financial backer of this pod. So if you're looking for what's insidious or we said something offensive, Duane's the guy. He'll sort it out.
Duane with a U.
Yeah. So I want to talk about the Raptors being a little bit injured, or I guess kind of a lot injured,
right?
As far as a bunch of core guys, and I think Jonas is probably the only major injury, or I mean Norm, who's coming back soon. But so I always have these meandering questions, so you're probably gonna have to get used to that, Duane.
I'm ready. I'm patiently waiting.
But thanks. As far as who's not injured, who do you think can kind of gain the most ground as far as establishing their role? It could be Brown, who's maybe getting a little bit of minutes here and there, or maybe it's DeLon, who kind of solidifies himself on the roster. So who's your take on the guy who's going to make the most of his time?
So Norm's going to be back. I don't want to say tomorrow because obviously we're in a podcast world, but Norm will be back in the next game. So I guess
yes,
he'll be back.
Yeah.
Lorenzo Brown, no. Lorenzo Brown, MVP of the G League, great G League player, forcing it in the NBA.
He is forcing it,
in the
right?
G League, he's a scorer. Here, he's trying to be a facilitator. He's not being who he is.
Yeah. There was a bunch of times when he had Kawhi on the court, and he kind of looked him off and put up a floater, and I'm like, man.
But it's he's on the floor, and he's not he has had opportunities this season to kind of step up in the absence of these guys. He's not doing it. CJ Miles, the guy who we thought was getting it back, with his shot, is not looking as he's the last guy. I mean, and I think the big question is, before we get to all this, someone's gonna be out of minutes when everyone's healthy, because there's not a sense for everybody. OG Anunoby, a guy who I thought would be okay. I mean, the last game we saw, he missed a number of corner threes that were wide open.
I think it was 2 for 10 or something from three.
Yeah,
or 2 for 8.
And missed free throw. He was 1 for 4 from the free throw line.
Yeah.
So I think these injuries are great because it provides opportunities. We've seen this Raptors team in the past. It's always next man up, and someone steps up and fills that void. And DeLon Wright is kind of probably that guy who was actually stepped up, and I think he's kind of been understated because he plays, behind Kyle and behind Fred, who are both great players.
And he's a funky player.
Yeah, but
he's not. Sorry.
No, you want to answer the question? Do you want to answer the question? I'm good.
It's funny because I do too much, but yeah.
I think his ability obviously to break people down with the dribble is crazy. He's not as strong a shooter as we probably like him to be, but his ability to get to the basket, whether he's penetrating or kicking out, is great, and he's long on the defensive end. So I think he's a guy who can kind of step up and fill the void in the absence of these guys. But they definitely need the front court one, guys like Siakam and JV. It's tough for them because Greg Monroe is decent, but he's not the answer.
Yeah, I'm not sure about Greg Monroe as far as the pace of the NBA. I feel like he has skill, so he must be able to
but he's also
impose
a
his will,
right? And
he is.
It's looking into the past to seeing because he used to get 16 and 10 back in the day. He used to bang down
for sure
with another big man around him, and it's kind of to see him now, well removed from his position and where he was from before. But I think, to saying all that to say this, I think this is an opportunity for him, just for his confidence and get up there and get some minutes and get some runs and some reps.
And it should be an extended opportunity, right? With Jonas out?
It will be.
Yeah, because I love what Nick Nurse was doing, just the 1-2 of Ibaka and Valanciunas, depending on who the matchup was, switching them off and then starting different guys and giving more guys, more opportunity or more touches, different games. Because maybe we need someone to tie someone up down low, get them tired so defensively they're out of the play. And I think Greg Monroe, I hope I would say this. I hope Greg Monroe realizes this and takes that opportunity and seizes it, because I think for a month gone, not having just Ibaka, who's on an excellent shooting streak, not to tire him out. We don't want to, put too much reps or too much. Because I remember this one game, he was playing, I don't know how many minutes. Actually, when JV went down, he ended up finishing the game.
Yeah.
He was playing a lot of minutes. I'm like, I don't.
And he hasn't had that many, or hasn't had as many of those like Ibaka rest games like he did last year.
Yeah. So I don't want to lose this Ibaka. I want to see this Ibaka in May, June. So I hope that Greg Monroe can ease that and help him out and become a player that he once was and dig deep and full of,
This Ibaka could be almost an all-star Ibaka.
Oh, man.
Mean, it's not, I mean, it might not happen, but it's not crazy based on how he's playing this year.
If it was like back in the day when we had centers as a category, he would be in. Yeah. It would be him and Brook Lopez.
Yeah, it's like
Lopez, what?
Yeah, I was going over quickly.
You don't think Brook Lopez is an all-star this year?
He's not. He's not
I'm
quite.
thinking of Robin. I'm thinking the other guy. You're right. Yeah, Brook Lopez.
That's amazing. You're just picturing Robin punching a mascot. You're like, how's that guy not an all-star?
He deserves it. That haircut. Come on. I know. Still looking like a caveman in the year 2018. That's who else is doing that other than him? Brook Lopez dropping 6, 10 3-pointers a game. Yeah,
I have him on my fantasy team, and he's good for like multiple blocks and threes.
How's he on rebounds? Because he's out there.
He's never been.
He's
good
barely.
at
Yeah, and now he's not even trying.
Yeah,
like he's just parked in the corner, and it's not happening.
You know what I saw? I saw the most beautiful and sad thing. It was Andrea Bargnani in this NBA day and age would be eating. Just stay out there in the 3-point line, shoot some threes, a couple pick and pops.
I would say obviously because the game is definitely a stretch guy, but he doesn't play any defense at all.
But if how many more shots would he get up a game? He only got like 2 threes a game. That was pretty much it. He gave him the green light to shoot.
In this era, how many threes would Antoine Walker take a game?
Oh my god,
45.
How many shimmies would you see a game?
Yeah, like you'd see a lot of shimmies.
It's coming down.
Yeah, like I feel like for me, I'm kind of like in between hope and thinking that Greg is going to pull it together. I just feel like there's going to be enough games where some backup big, some Plumlee, one of those guys is going to just be abusing the Raptors in terms of rebounding, because Siakam and Serge, as good as they are, they're not like, I don't think they're natural rebounders. No. Maybe Serge is better than people give him credit for, but that's just not his main thing. So I feel like a guy like Monroe is going to end up being needed more games or less. Maybe it will be foul trouble, and finally he'll kind of get it going. I feel like he's going to get it going right as Jonas gets healthy.
I think the thing with Monroe is that he was literally like the last signed to be the last guy on the bench, so the expectations weren't big. But I think when he's had minutes prior to JV going down, he's looked good. He hasn't looked
for
bad.
Sure. He had that one end to end.
Yeah, but I think the concern is when you're playing against like quicker. Like if he was playing against Serge, for example, that's a tough matchup for him, right? So he's not quick enough. And if he gets on switches, it's tough for him, but he's going to have to. There's no other option. I mean, like Chris Boucher, who is also dominating the G League.
Yeah.
47 points.
Like, he's ridiculous, but he's also not big enough to play bigs.
He weighs less than me, I think.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Legit. You know what I mean? So it's like a guy like Jokic is going to body him like crazy. A guy like Lopez is going to body him like crazy. So he's skilled.
There's still a lot of big, strong guys in the NBA, even though it's gotten, all the small ball thing, like it's really skill ball. And there's still lots of guys who are super, super strong.
But it's like, I think the archetype of the center now is like a Capella. Someone who's going to do a screen and roll. And,
like a rim runner.
Yeah, just and got sprints for days long, ability to move, long arms blocking. And I don't know. What do you guys think the answer the Raptors need as far as that? Because I think maybe we may need a temporary solution. Would you guys think that? Somebody who can get rebounds? I know you hated on Robin Lopez a second ago, but you sounded kind of good defensively now thinking about it.
You know what? Where's Reggie Evans at? Bring in Reggie Evans, because like he'll do whatever is needed except like scoring.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Scoring, yeah.
He'll definitely he'd do a hard foul. Like we should bring if we should make sure we sign him for a playoff run just in case we make it to the finals. And Draymond's like trying to take down Jonas. Just send Reggie at.
I never understood why they don't do that. Just get the 15th man out there, come out there. Just give him a 1 or 2. Just back away from my.
You know why though? Because
Dexter
now
Pittman.
You do anything, it's like a flagrant. You know what I mean? Or you get ejected. Yeah. So it's like it's not the old days where you see fouls where guys get clotheslined. Like the infamous foul when Kevin McHale fouled Kurt Rambis in the break.
It's insane.
It.
Yeah.
It was called a common foul. There was no technical foul. Today, he would have been suspended for 10 games.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, for sure.
If you breathe wrong in the ref's direction, you get a technical foul.
Of course.
Well, Serge, I think it was last game,
I
got
thought it was
tossed
like,
on
what?
a hand wave.
No, he fouled out, but then he was walking to the bench, he did a hand wave, and they gave him a technical for the hand wave. And it's like, what?
That to me is trying to rein players in too much. Like, it's an emotional sport, like, I feel like emotions are going to be high, and they got to let players vent a bit.
Well, I think the refs get emotional. That's part of the problem where they, we're seeing where refs kind of are inserting themselves into the
But you don't think
game.
it's from the league, though? You don't think the league is trying to sell this? Like, they're trying to differentiate themselves furthest from the NFL.
Apparently, too. Oh, sorry.
No, I'm just saying that's what they're trying to. I think they're trying to sell this internationally, globally, and they're trying to be like, look, we are not these other leagues. Look how calm and whatever we have. Look, you can put your sponsorship on our jerseys. Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
You're never going to see this name in a fight. Don't worry about that. Just give us all the money and don't worry about it. I think that's what they're trying to do.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say, like, in regards to wait, I lost my train of thought.
problem. He works better when he's interrupting you.
I know.
When you give him the platform, he can't
I'll come up with a
I
fake
just
argument.
realized that.
Raptors something.
Listen, I'll get back to it if it's really important. No, but I want to talk about a little bit about all this, like, this Clipper stuff, this, like, secret agent Lawrence Frank. He was asked, or Kawhi was asked after the Clippers game, if he had, like, been seeing Lawrence Frank around, and he was like, no, I don't even know who that is or something. In classic, like, great Kawhi fashion, he just kind of, like, stomped the question down. But I feel like, and I'm not trying to act like the persecuted Raptor fan, but I feel like the narrative of where will Kawhi go? Will Kawhi go to the Clippers? I feel like it's their camp that's trying to push that narrative as hard as they can. And I feel like the Raptors need to push back and make the narrative, stay on this season. Like, can the Raptors make it to the finals? Can the Raptors beat Boston in the conference finals? Can the Raptors match up with Golden State? The Raptors need to kind of keep that narrative going. Otherwise, the whole year is just going to be about where's Kawhi going to go? Yeah. Who's he going to team up with?
I got bad news for you, Freddie.
I know.
The whole year is going to be where's Kawhi going.
I know.
I mean, it's the media that does it.
Yeah,
it really is.
Whether it's local media or international media or American media, it's like everyone wants to talk about what's next. AD's getting traded.
It's true.
AD's not even getting traded this year.
Yeah.
But
That's
in terms of the Kawhi thing, like, it's kind of funny because they're there at every game. They're always around. Someone representative there. But to me, it's kind of like, if you got a girlfriend and she's hot, you just gotta be confident in the fact that you're gonna be able to keep her. She's not. The guy's gonna be trying to, like, talk to her or whatever. Like, do your work, do your job, be confident in yourself, and don't worry about other talk, whatever.
So for Raptors, like, it's just winning.
Just winning. And I mean, I think, like, this team, I said it before the season started, fortunately, and I say it again, I think this team is going to go to the NBA Finals. And I think if that happens, and Kawhi's personality is not like he needs to be in, like, the glamorous and thing, like, everyone gives him his space, lets him do what he does, I think he's going to want to stay here, but go out there and prove it more than anything else, because there's nothing that they can do to say to him right now. And, like, no one is talking to Kawhi. Like, the Clippers people are talking to his people.
Yeah.
But, like, even with last year in Spurs, it's Kawhi does what Kawhi wants to do. And I think just give him the environment to play and prosper and excel and, like, do what he's doing right now. Why would you want to go?
First off, how is not any of that not illegal? Like what's his name? Magic Johnson will tweet something just randomly, just praise somebody, and he gets, like, some type of thing. But this guy's allowed to go to our games, and go to the hotels. Like, that seems kind of messed up.
I'm liking the difference of takes here. Duane's coming in with, like, hey, you just got accepted. You're like, what can we do legally?
No, but
Get the lawyers on the phone.
No, you're right.
How do we lawyer up?
I think the thing is, I think it is tampering in a sense, but I guess the question is, like, if they're talking to him, it's tampering.
Yeah.
If it's like
they're talking to him. They're talking to him.
Yeah, but
not to him, but they're talking, as you said, to his people.
They're just, like, talking in the hallway as he walks by.
If you got a girl and Matt's talking to your,
I'm gonna punch him.
Hypothetically speaking, Matt's talking
Guess what,
to your
Matt?
girl's
You're in trouble.
friends, your girl's friends, but not to your girl.
Say how Alan sucks, and you should come over here. I'm gonna fight back. That's what's gonna happen.
Look at
We
this
know
fight,
no hands.
It would be more like they're just, like, standing on the corner of, like near where you live with a really nice jacket.
It's just dangling some keys. It's like, I don't know who these are, but these could be for anybody.
Could be yours, baby.
These could be yours. It could be yours. Could be yours. Could be you over there.
Should the Raptors? Yeah, I guess, like, I feel like it's good I'm not in charge, because my thing would be that's a good thing, right? But, like, I would go to I don't know, doing some type of sabotage. Like I would have like Lawrence Frank like lookalikes saying negative things about Kawhi. You know what I mean? I'd be like train an actor to walk by.
3D printed masks.
Yes, exactly. I'd be like full Mission Impossible with this.
You got to text Chris Paul. Yo, where's that tunnel? Where's that tunnel? Let me hold that tunnel. Let me talk to some
There's
people.
got to be some kind of secret ACC tunnel.
Yeah.
We'll plant some stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
But and the weird thing with like people like Kawhi or KD or any of these like free agents, they already have championships. So like the idea of saying like, oh,
Yes.
we win and win championships.
Same with Kyrie. A lot of these guys.
They have championships, so they're not necessarily motivated by winning another championship. I think it would be harder to walk away from a team that went to the NBA Finals the year after, but like Kawhi's a different dude. You know, at the end of the day, he's a different dude. He's looking for stability, his own thing, and like even like the Spurs couldn't hold him back. So it's like he can just do whatever he wants. And I understand that like LA is the place he wants to be and all that stuff.
Right.
So I like what Nick Nurse is doing. I like him going out for bat for him and saying, like, why isn't he getting these?
Kawhi said he liked that too.
Yeah. So
that's
there's also one thing to remember too. I mean, Kawhi obviously walked away for more money by being in San Antonio.
Yes.
If he leaves Toronto, he's losing even more money on this next deal.
Yeah.
So
I
it's
know. Like
how
is
many
he?
times-
It's like 50, right?
Yeah. So how many times are you gonna like kind of take that cut?
he drives
to
a
be where you
Kia.
wanna
He
be?
doesn't care.
But
He
you know
does.
what,
He
though?
must though, because he signed that. Like I know everyone
New
laughs because
Balance?
it's New Balance, but the
Yeah.
thing is, a lot of people can wear those shoes.
Yeah.
And apparently the contract's like more than $5 a year.
Really
So-
good back support.
Wait, more than
Yeah.
five? More than $5
Technically,
million
those
a year
I think so. That's what I
for
mean.
a shoe deal.
Yeah, but don't
You-
forget.
I know that's bad, right?
No,
Compared
no,
to
but-
like Kyrie or whatever.
Yeah.
But
no,
it's
but
still
it's not
money he
bad.
didn't
Sorry to
have.
cut you off, but it's not
Sorry,
bad
yeah.
because don't forget he doesn't do anything on social media. Like Kyrie Irving will tweet or Instagram something, and it's like boom, he's
There's
personal.
probably
he'll
some
be out
other
there.
end where you have to do
So
that.
for him, it's like, and he
true.
wanted more money from the brands. Like he went to all the brands trying to get money, but they're like, you don't do anything to market anything yourself.
Yeah, you don't advertise.
So how are you going to market our footwear? And that's why people are trying to pay him. But
I'll tweet for him.
I
if he
think
wants.
the kind of you never know if it's true or not, but the kind of belief that not that he's bigger than he is, but you know, like he felt that he should have got more money on the Jordan deal. He thought that he was a bigger star,
Right.
And so it's like whether it's him or it's his people, somewhere there's a belief that he feels that. I know what you're saying, where he's a Kia kind of guy, but I think he thinks
It's a mix. I think he kind of wants
it's a
both.
disconnect with his caliber, a level on the court, and what he is off the court. Like Kyrie is a bigger star than Kawhi by a mile.
Yeah.
But you could argue that Kawhi is better on the court. But there's two things.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Sorry, I felt like I'm making it real serious and shit.
No, I like how serious.
No,
it's getting.
we need this sometimes.
We had it it
Don't
was.
mind me. I'm going to open up my lychee
Oh,
juice.
yeah.
drink.
Ooh, nice.
Sponsorship.
No, I didn't say brand. I just said what it was. No brands here.
It's
Oh yeah.
Chi.
And
Chin chin.
Chin chin.
Alan's wearing his famous Ings jersey.
Yeah. Sponsored. To not wear it, actually.
Sponsored
They told
to not
me-
wear it.
They paid me money not to wear it anymore because I'm ruining it for them.